Good morning, everybody. Mike Vacchi, Princetontrader.com, here with your Monday market webcast. Okay, so I've been on a little bit of a hiatus with these webcasts. We're going to get back to doing them on a regular basis. It's just a matter of, it's a confluence of a really active market where I'm focusing a lot on the subscribers. I took a little bit of a vacation where I was trading from Florida. I'm back now. We're in the middle of a major home renovation. I can give you excuses all day long, but the bottom line is, we're going to start doing these on a more regular basis. So here we are, buckle up. Here's the market for you. Okay, so we're messing around with 4110 today. We're right back into this lower area from March. If you break this area and you convert this 4110 into resistance and you break the low from February 24th, 4101, you start trading stuff with 40s on it instead of 41s, then you have a chance to extend to the downside. Because you can see, I mean, that goes back to 2020, okay? December of 2020. You want to go back a little farther, you know, there's COVID, the bad parts of COVID. And then basically we've been ramping up to 4808. We've been consolidating for basically the entire year of 2022. This has been one big consolidation range. Lots of vol, everybody's had their moments, two-sided market, it's come off a little bit, whatever you want to call it, okay? But in my mind, it really hasn't been a quote-unquote bear market, okay? Bears have controlled closes, they've had important moments, they've fought off potential higher lows and things like that. They have performed as well as they have performed in many years. They're actually performing now, in my opinion, better than they performed back in March of 2020, simply because in March of 2020, everybody's locked up in their houses. Everybody thinks that everybody's going to die and everything in between and all this other stuff. And it's pretty easy to sell the tape then. It's like, okay, well, I guess we just sell the world. Okay, fine. This has been much more, I mean, you have some cross currents, you've got inflation's a problem, there's going to be more rate raises, all this stuff. And the bears have prevented the bulls from doing what they normally do, which is just kind of shrug it off and, you know, we're going to go up. I still think we find that moment at some point in the middle of the year, but I'm only talking about right now. And what I'm saying right now is you convert 4100 and you have the chance to, you know, to really kind of come in and start dealing with some of these areas, a little bit lower. How am I going to deal with it? I'm going to deal with it the same way I deal with every single day. I'm going to worry about the 10 handles in front of me. I'm going to worry about hitting the metrics for the room every day, every week, and every month. And even though I haven't been doing these, all we've been doing in the room is absolutely freaking crushing it. Absolutely crushing it. So that's my focus. And your focus in trading this market is you can't be focused on some big target way up in the sky or way down in Death Valley. You got to focus on the 10 in front of you. You got to respect profits. You got to respect risk. Understand that there's going to be rips and how price reacts to those rips is going to be important. So hourly chart, you got a new monthly pivot 4281.5, new weekly pivot 4186s. It's been kind of a consolidating night, but that hourly midband has been a champ. Held up, basically 5:30 to 6:30 in the morning. You can see the 4110 lows. The bears have a chance. I think you're going to get we've been getting whippy, choppy, indecisive opens that have then made a decision and done a couple of really decent moves. We saw that on Friday. Probably see that today. Don't be surprised. First day of the month. It's a Monday, and it's the type of day on our proprietary stuff that tells us it's going to be whippy and choppy. So there's a lot to fight over here with this 4110 area. It's the lows from March. The bulls know if you lose this area, you could really see some air come out of the balloon. So they're going to, you would think they would fight back. If they don't, well, then they're weaker than I think. Wouldn't be the first time. But if you're just focused on the 10 handles in front of you, then you're not trying to guess what the ultimate outcome is here. That's not trading. Trading is not trying to gain the ultimate outcome. Trading is about risk and reward. It's about risk and reward. It's saying to yourself, if this, then that, how much could I lose? And then managing the stuff that works. Not, oh, we're going to fill in the blank idiot target area that people love to put on Twitter. And then, lock yourself into that scenario and no other scenario. What you'll find there is by doing that, you're gonna miss a lot of opportunities along the way, because this tape is still a pretty two-sided tape when it wants to be. So you've got hourly mid-band 38 and change, volume weighted average price is 41.35. Our proprietary moving average is basically 41.32. Wouldn't be surprised to see this thing lift up, test 40. Maybe even get a little bit something going. I think at some point during the week, unless you really get some tough news, I think it tests weekly pivot at some point this week and makes some kind of a decision. But it's a really easy tape for the bears to deal with, because all they have to really do down here is hold serve. It's the tape that the bulls have been handed pretty much every Monday morning for the last 6 to 8 years. And how are you going to deal with it? As long as you keep closing below weekly pivot, as long as you keep taking out the prior week's lows, the bears are going to stay in control of the tape. But watch the 40 area today. Watch 41.10. And if the bears win the battle of the roundy down at 4,100, you could see some significant air coming out of the balloon. All right. Everybody have a fantastic day. Be safe, be healthy, take care, trade them well. I will be back with you tomorrow. We're going to get back to doing this on a regular basis, and we'll get you guys navigated through this market. I would encourage you, if you really want to get navigated through the market, come join us, come back, whatever your situation is, because it's a hell of a time to be in the room. Take care, trade them well. Talk to you soon.